Hey, welcome back. It's Marlon here. I am so excited that you're here. Why? Because I want you to understand there's greatness within you. That's right. And this is a 7-part series where we're talking about really what are the steps to creating legacy wealth? What's the steps to living with financial abundance, financial freedom? Number 1, we talked about money mindset. That's powerful. Yes, it is. Number 2, we talked about being grateful. And number 3, we're talking about today. Past lessons. Woo! Oh my goodness, come on. Because have you ever asked yourself, if I had only known back then what I know now, how would my life be different? Have you ever asked that? I know I have. Man, if I had known back then what I know now, woo! Life would be so different. However, what I want you to understand is that it's not about being stuck in the past. It's about learning from the past so you can make new choices today and live your ideal life in the future. Why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing it with you because I want you to understand there's greatness within you. And sometimes we can get stuck in the past. See, really, when you think about the past, it's history. And the future, it's always out there. It's a mystery. So all we have is this moment right here and now. And that's why they call it present, because it's a gift. So are you enjoying your gift? I mean, when you really think about it, past lessons, right? We can really say to ourselves, wow, okay, if I knew better, I would have done better, sure. Wow, if I had only known what I know now, back then I would have made some other choices. I get it. But there's also value in learning the lesson. There's also value when things don't go the way you want. Because I believe it really offers an opportunity for you to grow stronger. And so with that, let's talk about it. What lessons can you learn from the past as it relates to money, as it relates to the choices you've made with money? What are some choices that you've made that you wish you could do a do-over? You see, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. And I hope you're not insane. I hope you're not insane. But the real question is, okay, what can I learn? What can I do different to be better? You see, when it really comes down to it, life is an emotional roller coaster. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. But isn't it true that when you go through those low points, that's when you learn? That's when you learn the most, if you really think about it. It's when you go through the low points. It's when you make some mistakes or you're knocked down by life and my friend Les Brown always says, pray that you land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. That's real talk. And so the question is, what is it that you can learn from the past? And so I'm inviting you to go ahead and write out, as you look back on your life, what are some lessons you can learn from past mistakes that you've made regarding money? What are some things that you've learned? Because I believe that when we learn, right, because it's always going to be ups and downs in life, but when we learn lessons, it now has an upward progression because you're learning, you're growing. And that's really what it's all about. And so one of the things I also want to share this with you is that many times, a lot of people, check this out. A lot of people, let's just say you're right here in your life, but your potential and where you expect to be is up here. And so there's a gap. You catch that? There's a gap. And so that gap between where you are in reality, where you are, and where you feel you could be or should be, there's a gap. And sometimes that gap is what they call frustration. And what I want you to understand is that it's okay. It's okay to be frustrated. Like, man, I could be somewhere else. I should be somewhere else. But I also want us to understand is we can't cry over spilt milk. Past lessons. Okay, yes, I can learn, but I can make some new choices today. Because remember, the past is gone. The future is always out there, right? Past is history, future is a mystery. All you have is this moment right here and now. And that's why they call it present, because it's a gift. So make the most of your gifts. And so my invitation to you is for you to get a notepad or the note section in your cell phone. And I want you to write out, okay, what lessons can I learn from past mistakes when it comes to money? What lessons can I learn from my past mistakes when it comes to money? I believe this will be a great gift for you, because what happens is you start getting some clarity. Okay, wow. Okay, I won't do this again. Oh, wow. Okay, I see how that one choice had a boomerang effect. And that's really the opportunity. Money is just real, it's really comes down to lessons learned. Why is it that some people have gobs of money and others are barely making it? There are a lot of factors, but for you to be watching this video right here, right now, I believe it's on purpose. And so I give you the invite. I'm excited for you to go ahead and just be honest with yourself. If you'd like to share in the comment section, feel free to share. Because there's power when we share, when we take off the mask and we're real. So I'm excited. So again, we talked about money mindset. We talked about you understanding, being grateful. And this is past lessons. This is a 7-part series and we've got step number 4 coming up. I am Marlon Smith reminding you there's greatness within you. Live with purpose because what you do today will dictate where you'll be tomorrow. Stay blessed.